What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tony Hawk's Underground 2 Remix for the PSP. It has been a while, it has been very long since I played this game, but I managed to do this within, good timing, about 30 minutes. It's about a 30-minute video, so probably want to get something to eat or something, because it's going to be a long time. I don't think I'll be splitting this into two videos, so I think I have plenty to talk about too during that time being, because this is post-commentary, because live commentary with this game is a little difficult because it's hard enough to actually play this game with someone with big hands on a tiny PSP. So I managed to just do it, and I'll just record post-commentary because I don't really care. And I haven't recorded commentary since I left for vacation about a couple of weeks ago now. It's almost like a month now. So, actually I think it was about a month. So, I guess I can talk about that, since that was pretty much the last video you really saw from me. It was my little update that I was in Florida. I went to Florida for a week to just have a nice vacation with my family. It was pretty nice, and I really enjoyed it. Right now this cutscene has no audio, so you're really not missing much. It's just standard THUG2 shenanigans. We're going to KYOTO, which isn't really my favorite level. It's actually my least favorite level in this whole entire remix pack for story thing wise. A nice shot of Phil in his underwear right there. A little freaking out, a little twerking action. But find Wee Man, find the special guest, mark your territory, arcade machine high score, slave to the grind, shake and break, park it here, prove it in the park. And here we go. So yeah, I went to Florida just to have a nice vacation, a nice week away from work. It was super nice. I kind of miss going on vacation. I don't really take vacations at work. I don't take days off. I work too much, and that's very apparent, but at the same time I really like working. I really enjoy making money, and I enjoy my job to an extent. Some days are better than others, of course, but life goes on. You can't really dwell on too many rough patches when there's a whole life in front of you to experience. So I don't hold grudges, and I don't really get mad at anyone. Unless you really try to make me mad. And some people really do seem to do that sometimes. They really want to make me mad. My supervisor in general really likes to, push my limits when it comes to my anger. And I don't get angry at anyone. And she's definitely pushed those limits. I'm not going to talk about that because that's a little too personal, I guess. But when I came back from vacation, actually during that whole entire vacation, I got really motivated to just do work. And unfortunately, when I got back, I didn't have that same motivation. When I'm away from work, I have the motivation to work, but when I get back to work, I'm like, I do the normal work grind. And it was more work towards my channel than it was towards my actual job. So there was a lot of things I wanted to do, but I don't know, the motivation was definitely lost from the plane ride from Florida to Maine. So I don't know what happened, but I do want to work harder, I guess. And I think I say that every single time. I try my best to fit this in, but I will honestly admit I have been avoiding THUG2 Remix for no real reason, honestly. I've been playing a lot of fun games in the meantime. I think before I went on vacation, I played Fallout 4 because Far Harbor, I still didn't beat Far Harbor, and I still needed all the achievements for Automatron. So I spent a lot of time doing that, and that took a lot of time away from recording because I felt like I wanted to play that. I really wanted to play Fallout. And then I think the week after that, after I got back from vacation, I wanted to stream more, so I started streaming a little bit more. I streamed a lot of Thug Pro before I went on vacation, then I started streaming different games, had the idea of streaming Pro Skater 3, and then Underground, I streamed that for a long time. But that took up about 2 weeks of my production time, I guess, for YouTube, was just streaming. You know, I usually record at night. Instead, I was streaming. So I was really not holding back content. I was just using my time in a different way, which, you know, I should have really focused on my past projects, but I don't think anyone's gonna chop my head off for that. Actually, today I really want to keep playing Fallout. Nuka World came out the other day, and this is my only weekend to really play it, unless I fit some time during the week after work, which I don't really like doing. I like to relax when I get home from work, and Fallout 4 is really not a relaxing game. It's kind of annoying sometimes, but I'm sacrificing that time now for this video. I really want to get another video up for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Labor Day. I'll be home and I'll have time to play Fallout. I don't have any plans. I had plans yesterday and I had plans today. Those all worked out. You know, I did my plans and here I am. Another thing that I've been doing a lot lately is playing Guitar Hero, which is really not weird for me, but I went on a bit of a buying spree on eBay and buying all the Guitar Heroes for PS2. I really like the PlayStation 2 versions of the games. They really suck, you know, they really suck, but I really like, I don't know, I just like the simplicity of them. I think the 360 versions of, you know, Smash Hits 5 and Van Halen, stuff like that, I don't know, just, it's probably because my Guitar Hero guitar is broken and that's like my only way of playing them. Maybe that's like in the back of my head that I'm thinking of, but I don't know. I think as soon as I get another Guitar Hero guitar for my 360, I'll probably buy all the games again to play it on there. At least Smash Hits. I really like that game. Warriors of Rock is probably the best Guitar Hero game. It's the last one they made, and, well, besides Guitar Hero Live. I don't really count that though. And it has the same name, but I mean, it's not really a Guitar Hero game. I haven't played that game. Maybe I should play that sometime. But I really like Warriors of Rock. It's one of the best games I've ever played. Best soundtrack on Guitar Hero, and the best, just, the engine kind of blows compared to, you know, Guitar Hero 3 or even World Tour. But I think it's a really solid game and a good game to go out with for the last real Guitar Hero game, unless they decide to make more, which wouldn't surprise me. I could say the same for Rock Band 4. I haven't played much Rock Band 4 because I'm waiting for the fall for when E-drums are supported and I can play those again. So I'm taking a bit of a break from that. I could just use the plastic drums, but that's pretty annoying to do that. Those are really loud and just obnoxious. Not loud, I mean, they're the Rock Band 3 drums, so they're like a little bit, you know, silenced, but when you start missing shit, when you don't feel like you're missing it, it just gets a little annoying. So I kind of like the feeling of knowing my drum set is pretty pristine, and that's what I use the E-drums for. Here's Godzilla, apparently. I hope you guys don't mind that I don't really talk too much about the game. I mean, it's pretty standard. If you watch Tony Hawk videos, it's pretty standard. It's, you're doing goals, and you're doing shit, and that's it, you know? Well, I guess I can move on to the next topic. This one really isn't long, but I did a little project recently. Back in 2010, my brother broke his MacBook, and I know this is the greatest beginning of the story ever. He broke his MacBook that he wanted to use in college. I think he broke it in college, and he just left it here, you know? So it's taken me some time to really think about. Actually, no, the sentence is going nowhere. The laptop I use for my leisure stuff is a really small netbook Chromebook, which is super great. I really like Chromebooks. They're very simplistic. They don't take up much, you know. There's no process involved, really. It's just opening Chrome. That's it. That's all I used it for. So the MacBook was just sitting in my closet because I keep a bunch of laptops in storage in my own closet, and they all have something wrong with them, one way or another. One of my Dell Inspiron that I had back in 2011 just used up too much, and had that weird problem that Vista had, where it constantly runs a DLL file, and it just takes up all of your fucking process, all of your memory for your takes up all the RAM, I guess, the process memory, stuff like that. Like, it just constantly runs the fan at the highest setting because it's trying to run this really exploited process that isn't really running anything. So what I did with that was I upgraded to Windows 7. That's pretty much all I did, and then it worked perfectly. I installed a very low process version of Windows 7, and now it can be used. I just don't use it, you know. It's a big laptop, and I don't really want to use it. I could use it as a server if I really needed to. You know, it doesn't have the best processor or the best RAM, but that can easily, the RAM can be updated, or upgraded, I should say. So if I really wanted to do that, I could do that. I could just make it into something, you know, stupid. But the MacBook had a cracked screen. So I went online about 3 years ago and looked up these MacBook screens, so replacement ones. I was like, yeah, I can get a new screen for that. That'll be easy to replace. And then, like, when I did further research, it got really convoluted and really stupid. I didn't really have faith in myself to do it. But I think last week I bought all the stuff. I bought a new screen. I bought 4 gigabytes of RAM, and I bought a solid state hard drive to put in this thing. So I looked up a video of screen replacement, and it was pretty straightforward. So I replaced the screen in this MacBook, I upgraded the RAM from 2 gigs to 4 brand new sticks of 4 gigs worth of new sticks, and I installed Snow Leopard on a solid state drive and upgraded it to El Capitan, and now I have a pretty much working new MacBook that I could have upgraded. You know, I could have done this like 6 years ago now, but yeah, works perfect. It's super cool. I really like using it. It's El Capitan is very cool looking. It's a little cartoony looking. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like it. It definitely beats the Chromebook because, you know, if I needed to run a certain program, I'd have to go to my fucking actual desktop computer and then run it on there just to do one simple thing. But if I wanted to create thumbnails while I was in bed, you know, I could just open up GIMP on this laptop and do that. I have all my Microsoft Office stuff on here. And of course, Microsoft Office has definitely been really cool lately. I don't know, when I first started using Office in like 2006, it was just, you know, Office programs. But now you can like link it between your OneDrive account and stuff like that. It's super cool. Like if I wanted to make a spreadsheet on this computer and then open it later on, you know, a computer at work, I can fucking do that. It's the coolest thing ever. I don't know, it seems so simplistic, but I think it's pretty cool. You know, you could always just use a flash drive, but you no longer need to do that. That was a cool jump right there. But yeah, I think the hardest thing about upgrading this MacBook, because it was late 2009 model, it still had Leopard on it, which was really shit. Leopard is probably the most shit OS I've ever used because nothing works on it anymore. It's garbage. So in order to upgrade it to Snow Leopard without a disk, you need an image file and you need to make it bootable, which may seem, you know, easy, and it is after you figure it out. But coming from knowing no knowledge of how to make boot drives, it seemed really impossible. And you can't do it from a PC easily, but if you have a disk, which I have one for Leopard, you can use disk utility to make it bootable incredibly easy. Like, so easy. It's like stupid how easy it was compared to, you know, finding a program on Windows to make a bootable, to format it into a bootable drive. In disk utility, it's literally just an option when partitioning it. I spent 2 hours trying to figure it out on Windows, and, you know, I instantly go to disk utility on because it was a blank hard drive. It's a blank solid state drive, so I had to open it. I had to use the disk to even boot it, but I didn't install it. I just used the utilities within the disk, and lo and behold, I just mounted the disk onto the flash drive that was partitioned for a boot drive, restarted the laptop, and then, you know, booted it from the USB and just installed it onto the partitioned solid state drive. So it's probably the coolest thing that I've done as of recently, and that it's not even that cool. It's like, it's so simple to some people that have probably worked with Macs for years, but having no past knowledge of a MacBook, you know, older than Leopard, you know, you basically know nothing then, because Leopard is so simplistic. It's boring. Some people may really like Leopard and they may find the nostalgia factor in it, but I only using Leopard for like a year, it really fucking just, it sucks. It's not cool. It's really uncool. El Capitan isn't really that cool either. Like, I think once Snow Leopard came out, it started getting a little cooler. El Capitan is cool because it looks a little bit better, and that it has all the, you know, compatibility of any modern apps that come out. But, you know, soon this will be boring. Soon I won't even be able to upgrade this laptop, which is gonna suck. But as long as I have El Capitan, that's all I can really ask for. I'll probably buy a new MacBook just to use. If I preferred, you know, if I have my preferred systems for a desktop, definitely PC. But for a laptop, I definitely love Macs way more than I do Windows laptops. There's so much shit for Windows laptops. Like, when you look up on fucking eBay or any just laptop selling site, it's all these garbage laptops that, you know, they're just shit. I don't know how to explain it. They all run the same, you know, process speed. They all have the same amount of RAM. Unless you really want a high-end, you know, processor in your laptop, you're looking to spend like $600. If you just want a laptop to just have a laptop, you could get a Windows 7 or 10 or even 8 laptop for like $200. But the thing is not going to last you more than a year. Once it hits that year mark, the processor's like fucking just gets hot, it burns. That's my experience with most Windows laptops. Like, throughout 10 years of my life, I've had at least 5 different Windows laptops. Like, I think 3 of them would have been, I think 3 of them were Dells and 2 of them were HPs. I'm sure there's some good laptops out there. I even bought my mom a new Acer laptop, a new Acer, I think it's a netbook, I don't really remember now. But that thing is slow right out of the box. Right out of the brand new box, it's slow as hell. I'm pretty sure it's got a decent processor in it for a netbook. You know, a netbook's not supposed to run high process things, but if you're having trouble running fucking, you know, basic applications like Chrome or fucking just your control panel, like, what the hell? What's wrong? What's wrong with these damn laptops? And I'm not saying that MacBooks are any like cheaper. They're just, you know, they're built to last, I'd say. The retail value definitely stays for some weird reason. If you want to buy a fucking MacBook from 2007, you're still looking to pay more than $100 for it for some weird reason. Like, there's nothing special about those past laptops. They run an old OS and they're probably ready to shit the bed, honestly. I'll never understand why Mac computers withstand their value. You know, they'll last a long time, but I think after they hit the 6 or 7 year mark, they're no longer relevant to anything. I don't know if PowerBooks are still, you know, in the high prices, but any old MacBook Pros, like, what the hell? Why are those so expensive now? Still, I mean, you know, I would never spend $1,200 on a laptop, honestly. I think if I'm gonna buy a MacBook, it's gonna be, 3 or 4 years old, and I'll spend maybe 500 to 600 on it, knowing, it'll have a purpose, not just because, oh, I need a laptop. I need to just have a laptop. If I'm gonna buy a laptop for that much, I know I'll have something to do on it that I need to do on it. If I'm gonna edit videos on the go, or if I'm gonna, do some high process stuff, I'll probably make the investment. But if I know I'm just gonna use it to sit on my fucking lazy ass and watch YouTube videos all day, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna spend that much money. And that's exactly what the Chromebook was. I spent no money on that Chromebook. That was it's actually a weird story how I got that Chromebook. When I was in high school, we made this huge transition to MacBooks to Chromebooks because it saved the school money. I went to a very small school. And when they first introduced it, they introduced a club, which is really fucking gay. Like, not gay, I didn't mean to use that word, but it was just really dumb. It was really fucking lame, really freaking lame. They, and it was a club dedicated to the people to troubleshoot any Chromebook issues, kind of like a tech support, but really not. Because if you have a problem with your Chromebook, it's like the simplest fucking issue. All it does is run Chrome. If you need to run a word processing thing and it doesn't work that well, then what the fuck, man? There's really no issues that go on with Chromebooks. So I think our main issue, our main objective was to figure out how Chromebooks work to help everyone around us transition from them, from MacBook to Chromebooks, whatever. So when our first meeting, I think I may have missed it because that's when they rolled out the laptops. Everyone got their laptops, so I didn't have a laptop in my first meeting, I guess. So one of the IT guys gave me one of his spares, and this is kind of neat that this spare did not have a tracking number on the bottom of it. All the Chromebooks that were distributed throughout the school had a property of, school, insert school name here. So it didn't have that number on there for them to track. So I had a non-trackable Chromebook that they didn't know that was gone. So next part of the story is when I actually started the school year. This was before the school year started. They started rolling out laptops again. Everyone, who wasn't in the club got their laptops. And then I got another laptop for some weird reason. So I started to I didn't care, they're $100. They were really cheap Chromebooks. So everyone got their laptops. I got a second laptop. They didn't know, because they didn't know that I didn't have one. They didn't know that I had one already because I wasn't in the system under the numbers. So they gave me another one with another case and shit like that. So I just kept the other one at home, and I just used the one they gave me, the second one they gave me at school, and I just kept it there because I didn't really need another one at home because everything's connected through the Google Drive, so you don't really need to bring it home to transfer files or anything like that, or something like that. Everything's in the cloud. So yeah, I just kept that one. At the end of the year, they didn't question it. They didn't even know. So I turned in the second one. They were like, "Yep, he turned in his laptop," and that's it. That I came across a free Chromebook by somehow being lazy. Something like that. Life works in mysterious ways. Granted, it lasted me. I graduated in 2014, so it's lasted me. I think I got it junior year. So 3 years with that Chromebook. I could still use it too. There's nothing wrong with it. I just it started slowing down. It's depreciating. It's a little poopy, here and there. As computers do, they depreciate. Laptops especially. So it depreciated with a good time span. So as soon as I saw that starting to crap out, I was like, okay, I can probably bring one of my laptops back to life for the time being until I really want to buy a new laptop. I kind of before I did the MacBook project, I kind of said let's see how cheap I can get a quick computer, just for shits and grins. So I found this Acer laptop on eBay, brand new, not refurbished, brand new, for about $230. I was like, okay, I could probably work with that. If I can repair this MacBook cheaper than I can buy a new laptop, then I'm going to use this MacBook. A MacBook screen for this model cost me about 30 bucks. And then I was like, I don't even need to upgrade the RAM, or I get a new hard drive. The hard drive is fine. The RAM is fine. The only thing I can't replace is, the processor. So I said, okay, for fun, $30 isn't really going to break the bank. So I'm going to buy some new RAM, and I'm going to buy an SSD to boot this off of, so it boots fast and processes go quick. So that ran me up about $100 overall. SSDs are not super cheap, but they're definitely a lot cheaper than they used to be. So I bought about a 120 gig SSD to install El Capitan on, and then I bought the RAM. The SSD and RAM are so easy to replace in a MacBook, I'm telling you. The screen, on the other hand, was really not that fun to replace. It was kind of a bitch, but it happened. So about $100 later, actually 120 bucks, because I used a non-official image of Snow Leopard, not from the disc. So I felt obligated to buy a Snow Leopard disc just to have, because it was a bitch to get Snow Leopard unofficially, and I figured if I'm ever gonna do this again, I'm going to buy a disc. So I bought a $20 Snow Leopard disc off eBay, so that kind of makes up for my piracy. This was an image from like 4 years ago or so, because this was just sitting on this laptop. You can't just upgrade Leopard to Snow Leopard super easily, apparently, because if I ran the image, it didn't want to do it. It just said blah blah blah, can't do it, your system sucks. So it was a pirated copy of it, and it was just sitting on this laptop for 4 odd years. So whatever. I just used that image and put it on the bootable drive. And now I have a disc of Snow Leopard in case I ever need it. Because that was not fun. It was seriously the most unfun thing, was upgrading a horrible Leopard OS to Snow Leopard. I would have kept it at Snow Leopard too if El Capitan wasn't free. Which I have no idea why it was free. I feel like that was actually on the App Store for free. I don't know. Kind of weird. Maybe it's free if you upgrade from Snow Leopard or something. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? But, that's my story. That lasted me all freaking video. That's crazy. That was really the most uninteresting story for anyone who doesn't care about computers. But it was fun to talk about. I had fun talking about it. You guys have fun? I feel like I'm in an episode of Dora the Explorer now. But yeah, this is wrapping up. I missed a spat, and this is what I spent most of the time doing, it seems. But I didn't really miss it because I checked over here before, but I couldn't get up here. But as soon as I got up here, it was right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you liked it. Otherwise, goodbye.